What retention metrics would indicate to you that a team has found product market fit for a consumer internet app? Great question. So, wow, what retention metrics? If you're a consumer app and it's early on, you might be looking at, you can look at the industry averages, right? So you might be able to look at different services. I think Flurry and a couple of other services will show, like, for news apps, this is the retention, and for games, this is the retention. You want to just have some reasonable amount of retention after 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. But retention is largely based on the source and where you acquire the customer from. So we were doing like these kind of bogus Tapjoy kind of campaigns where you buy a bunch of installs from people playing games, and they get like free gold or mana in the game. So we got 1,000 installs, and it pushed us up to the top rankings. We tested this on Inside, but we found that those people didn't come back. So for the 2 weeks that we tested that, we have to test everything. Those people never came back. So it screwed our retention metrics. So we had to kind of take that out and refactor it. But then if I tweet something, or we do a campaign where it's the Inside Drones app, and we're targeting people who follow 3DR, the drone maker, and they follow DJI, hey, that retention might be much greater. And so you actually have to parse it, and great VCs will be able to do this. Great growth people will be able to do this. What are the sources of traffic? Did this person come to your homepage and install? Well, those people are going to have much greater retention because they sought you out than people who threw an ad sometimes. So any amount of retention, any amount of usage is going to get people's radar up. People are also going to know if you have a leaky bucket. Oh, you got 1,000 people to install it, but you only have 10 people using it a day. Obviously, something's wrong. Either the product's not good, or you're not re-engaging people with alerts, emails, messages, or any kind of virality. I was having a conversation with somebody about the Circa app, which was an award-winning, awesome app, news app, modestly competitive with Inside, and I'm friends with everybody over there. And I was an investor, in fact, a small investor. And my thesis was, hey, maybe the site didn't have enough voice, but their thesis was they didn't have any growth strategy. They didn't have any virality built into it. All they were relying on were, iOS alerts. And that actually kind of rang true with me. Like, there was no social engagement in the product really, or comments or that kind of stuff. So you really have to be thinking about, how do you re-engage users? So there's acquiring users, there's engagement, and all of these factors play in. There's no hard and fast number. But when you have a conversation, it's going to be pretty clear if you have a leaky bucket or not. And DAUs and MAUs, daily active users, weekly active users, those speak volumes. And people can look at a trend chart and understand them. And the most important thing is that you're measuring all this stuff. So you got to have good analytics from day one and really invest in analytics infrastructure. It's a real honor for me to be in such a deep and meaningful partnership with the team at IBM. My first computer was an IBM PC Junior, and it took me 6 months to convince my dad to save up the money from his bar. And one night, he got home from the bar at 6 or 7 in the morning, and I was annoying him as a 12-year-old. I really want the PC Junior. It's $900. Please get me a PC Junior. And he said, fine. He was kind of half in the bag at the time. And we drove to downtown Manhattan to this computer store on Lower Broadway. I'll never forget it. It was a Saturday morning. He had been out all night Friday. And he had cash. And he walked in and he bought me the IBM PC Junior. And it was the greatest computer. It started me on my journey. And now, wow, it's like 30 years later, and I'm in a deep partnership with IBM. I can pinch myself. Like, it's really just super great to have the recognition of a world-class company like IBM, who cares just as much as I do and my team does about supporting founders. So SmartCamp 2015, SmartCamp 2015, SmartCamp2015.com. If you're a fan of the show and you appreciate all the work we do at Launch Festival, please go to your local SmartCamp 2015 and encourage entrepreneurs to go to it. And then, of course, you're all my guest, and you're the guest of IBM and Launch at Scale and at the Launch Festival. Couldn't do it without their support, and it's just such a great partnership, and it's just beginning. So thanks again to our friends at IBM, and we'll see you next time on a special Ask Jason episode.